English Premier League fans, I'm hoping you're having a really good day today. I am Oscar Moneyball, and I'll be using my cutting edge match simulator to help us predict the scores, win probabilities, and goal scoring opportunities for this weekend's matches. It's match week 34 in the English Premier League. We only have 7 games, and that's due to the FA Cup semifinal matches between Manchester City versus Chelsea and Coventry City versus Manchester United. Let me know down below in the comments what you think the results will be, but stick with me until the end of this video and I'll share with you guys a little bit of what I think will happen for the Manchester City versus Chelsea game. I don't have any data, unfortunately, for Coventry City, so I can't give you much input on that game, but yeah, let's move forward. We got match 1 from this weekend, and let's just make sure we transitioned correctly. Yes, we did. Match 1 from this weekend, Saturday, we have Luton Town hosting Brentford. A Luton Town that's fighting not to get relegated this season, fighting to stay here one more season, hosting Brentford. Expected goals, here we see 1.4 for Luton Town, 1.6 for Brentford. Win probability is in favor for Brentford, as they have been really good, a little bit better than Brentford overall during the season. We see here that they have 42% win probability to win this match versus Luton Town's 33% win probability to win this match. The over 0.5 goals tells us that this could be both teams to score, as they both have really high percentages to score that first goal. 74% for Luton Town, 78% for Brentford. The over 1.5 goals for Luton Town is at 39% versus 46% for Brentford. What do I expect from this game? I expect both teams to score, as this is a bottom of the table match here. We have two teams fighting to not get relegated, as I mentioned earlier, so I expect over 2.5 goals easy. Both teams to score easy. Luton Town at home have been really good. They've been able to get some results, or at least put a fight against some of the top teams at home. Brentford, as of lately, have been doing really good. Thomas Frank has been consistently developing this team. I do think this Brentford team is a little bit weaker than they were last season, but hey, we're not looking at the past, we're looking at the present and the future. I still think Brentford will take this game and put Luton Town in a really bad spot to wrap up the last bit of the season here. Match 2, another bottom of the table competition here. We have Sheffield United hosting Burnley. Burnley does seem to be the better team from these two. Sheffield United, however, need to fight tooth and nail. You know, they are expected to be relegated this season, so we'll see how this game plays out. However, for this game, we have Sheffield United expected goals 1.3 versus Burnley's 1.6. Win probability also in favor for the away team here, 43% win probability for Burnley. Meanwhile, Sheffield United has 32% of a chance to win this game. The over 0.5 goals is 72% for Sheffield, 77% for Burnley. Over 1.5 is 37% for Sheffield United, 46% for Burnley. Another game that I believe will see both teams to score and over 2.5 goals here, as they have to fight to the death. Match 3, we get to see Wolverhampton host Arsenal. Arsenal that just had no reaction versus Bayern Munich. And that was really disappointing to see, to see that Arteta's entire season has been, in 1 week, pretty much just collapsed. However, they have to move forward. They're still in the fight for the title, for first place, and anything could happen. Wolverhampton expected goal 0.6 versus Arsenal's 2.3. Win probability also in favor for the away team here. 43% win probability for Arsenal, 8% for Wolverhampton. That's a given, right? Over 0.5 goals, 42% for Wolverhampton, 87% for Arsenal. Really high chances here for Arsenal to get at least 1 goal here. The over 1.5 is at 11% for Wolverhampton, 64% for Arsenal. Let's see how Arsenal come out this weekend. Hopefully they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and can take out their anger and frustrations versus Wolverhampton. We'll see how the game plays out. Does Wolverhampton capitalize on the low morale, the low self-esteem, or does Arsenal come out and continue to fight? We'll see how that game goes out. Match 4, Everton hosting Nottingham Forest. To be quite honest with you, really, on paper, boring game. Everton expected goals 1.5 versus Nottingham Forest 1.0. Win probability is in favor for Everton, 48% versus Nottingham Forest, 25%. The over 0.5 goals is at 77% for Everton. Pretty high chances here for Everton to score versus 63% for Nottingham Forest. The over 1.5 goals is at 44% for Everton, 27% for Nottingham Forest. Don't really have much to say on this game. Won't be paying too much attention to it. I believe Everton have been down on their luck as of lately, and Nottingham Forest have just been really a much different team that they were last season. Moving on, match 5, Aston Villa hosting Bournemouth. Aston Villa that played in the middle of the week, some European competition. They also have Tottenham down on their tail, breathing on their neck. Aston Villa also was able to capitalize against Arsenal this last Sunday, and it was really nice to see how Ollie Watkins is just on fire. I continue to tell you guys and share my thoughts on him on Twitter and on these videos. He's just really, really good, and Unai Emery is bringing out the best of him. Aston Villa expected goals 2.5 goals versus Bournemouth 1.5. I believe if Aston Villa want to win this game, they definitely have to have 2 goals. They need to score 2 goals in this match because Bournemouth is going to come and fight. It's very expected. I mean, if we look at the over 0.5 goals, just skipping the win probabilities, we have very high chances for both of these teams to score. The win probability is in favor for Villa, 54% versus 22% for Bournemouth. And the over 1.5, very high chances here, 65% for Aston Villa and 41% for Bournemouth. I believe Aston Villa should take this match to continue to just stay in that top 4 of the table. Moving forward, we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham. West Ham, another team that was able to play in the middle of the week against a very strong Bayern Leverkusen. Crystal Palace, though, has just been in really good form as of lately. These past 5 games, they've just been able to score. They've been able to get some positive results, whether it's 1 or 3 points or competing against some really top teams. They're doing it. Crystal Palace expected goals 1.6 versus West Ham 1.6. Win probability is very even, 39% win probability for Crystal Palace, 36% for West Ham. The over 0.5 goals, very high between both of these teams, 79% versus 77%. I can see this being a both teams to score. I can see this being a very, a game that's challenged in the midfield. A lot of battles, a lot of possession, a lot of transitions. We'll see how the game plays out, but I feel comfortable with the both teams to score here. Over 1.5 goals for Crystal Palace is 47% versus 45% for West Ham. This could be a 1-1 game, 2-2 game. I'm comfortable with the draw here. Could even give a double chance for Crystal Palace. I'm sure that'll pay really decent if you put that in a parlay. But we move on to the last match, match 7. Fulham receiving Liverpool at home. Fulham expected goals 1.2 versus Liverpool's 1.6. Liverpool also recently just got eliminated from the Europa Conference League. I believe it's Europa Conference League or something. I forgot what it's called. Actually, let's not say anything dumb. Europa League. Wow. My football knowledge is drawing a blank today. Fulham expected to lose this game with the win probability of 29% versus Liverpool's 45% win probability. The over 0.5 goals in this match, 70% for Fulham, 78% for Liverpool. Over 1.5 goals in this match. We do see that Fulham have 35% and Liverpool 47%. We'll see how Liverpool come out this weekend. They are also still in the race for the title against Arsenal and Manchester City. Liverpool did not look so solid against the Italian side, Atalanta. Although the Italians are known for good defending, it was just a shame that Liverpool was not able to do more. Liverpool lost that that round in the first game. There was no way that they could go to Italy and score 4 goals against Atalanta. There's just no way. And for those of you that around until the end of the video, I do have what my predictions will be for this FA Cup semifinal match between Manchester City and Chelsea. Manchester City expected goals 2.3 versus Chelsea's 1.0. I do believe that we can see both teams to score in this match. Real Madrid did expose a lot of Manchester City's weaknesses, as they've been doing every time they play. Manchester City does have weaknesses, and it's in transition, right? The transitional play exposes Manchester City. They leave a lot of room between the defensive line and their goalkeeper. Chelsea do have fast players. Pochettino is a solid coach. I do expect Chelsea to try to mimic what Real Madrid was able to do. It'll be very, very hard though, because Manchester City have the ball. If they keep possession and they don't lose it as they did against Real Madrid, I don't see Chelsea having those fast breakaways. Win probability for this match, we see Manchester City 65% versus 14% for Chelsea. The over 0.5 goals in this match is 87% for Manchester City and 59% for Chelsea. The over 1.5 goals in this match for Manchester City, we see 64% versus 22% for Chelsea. Manchester City, really disappointing to see Bernardo Silva and Kovacic waste really good opportunities in the PK shootout versus Real Madrid. I understand the pressure. I understand the weight on your shoulders at that point. And after playing so many minutes, it is what it is. It's just very unfortunate that Manchester City weren't able to pass onto the semifinals of the UCL. Well, let's make sure we transition over so we can wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end of this video. Thank you so much for supporting and leaving your comments, letting me know on Twitter or on YouTube what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think will happen in the Coventry versus Manchester United match. Let me know if you agree with some of these results or if you have anything that is a little bit different. Let me know what you think about Arsenal's performance in the Champions League, what you think about Liverpool's performance, and who do you think will win the English Premier League this season? Is it given? Did Manchester City already win this? Or will we see an upset in the next couple of weeks? Enjoy your weekend. Drink some water. Take a shot for me. Hug your loved ones. Have a good one. Peace.